Step Labs is all about voice. We've focused on saving the voice, if you will, where other companies have gone eliminating noise. You'll hear a lot of competitors in that market space. Our product works on any product, be it wired or wireless, so we can apply our software regardless of what the form factor may be, and I'll talk a little bit about that. We're located here in San Jose. Our chairman and CEO, Rob Mitro, and I met back at Picturtone when we were helping to start that company. Before that, he had 17 years with IBM. Rob's had probably half a dozen startups. All of them have been successful. We have had a pretty good track record. My last startup was 2Wire, where I spent 5 years there, and I think you may have some of those in your home as we speak. Par has 34 years in manufacturing and test, also in finance area. He worked at Sun for I think half of those years. And again, very successful track record. Dr. Tanzer comes out of the hearing aid industry, and we've applied a lot of that technology, as you would expect, to some of the applications here I'm going to speak to. Our objective is to be recognized as a world leader in terms of acoustic software and design. Those are coupled in that our software is a key element, but the proper design, the acoustic design of these products is equally important. That's why we offer those professional services to make sure that that happens. Reliable, clear voice communications. Earlier was mentioned in terms of speech recognition. We'll talk a little bit more about why more speech-oriented products don't exist, and it's because there's a lack of a clear voice signal. So there may be noise being transmitted, but how clear is the voice signal in order to use this technology to activate other devices? High-performance digital signal processing. We have broad application for this technology. Today we're focused on high-value, high-run Bluetooth devices, but we can apply this to sonar, we can apply this to medical applications, and those are some of the applications we plan on addressing down the road. Background, we're venture-backed. I want to also thank Garage for being part of that effort. In terms of our patent portfolio, we have 14 granted patents, we have 10 pending, we have a drawer full of them, and we're trying to peel those off as we can afford to do that. But we've got more patents than we can finance at this point in time, but we're getting those out as fast as we can. As I mentioned earlier, we're about consumer electronics devices, all around Bluetooth at this moment, headsets, car stereos, helmets, eyewear. We're very excited about some of these applications in eyewear and helmets. I'll talk a little bit about that. And we're focused on ODMs and OEMs, but I'll talk a little bit about our strategy relative to a push-pull on this as well. Market status, as I mentioned earlier, the reason there aren't more hands-free devices out there in your home that you're not telling your television what to do, and I'm sure you'd like to tell it what to do frequently, is because you can't get that clear signal, and we provide that. High demand, reliable hands-free devices in a number of areas. This market is being driven by worldwide legislation. Some of you are familiar with what's going to happen here in California in July. Increased competitive pressure. We must get a call a week from distributors looking for unique products with unique capabilities, and this is one of those differentiators that's required. Competition. There's 1.1 billion handsets that went out there equipped with, cell phones that went out there in 2008. 40% had Bluetooth devices attached. The average is about 1.4 Bluetooth device for those attachments. So you've got 600 million devices that are attached to those phones, and everyone's trying to hear it, as was described earlier, in a noisy environment. And these products do not work in a noisy environment. Those of you who may wear a Jawbone or use your car kit, you find that it doesn't work in high noise or windy environments, and this is, again, what we address. Everybody wants to stay connected all the time in this competitive world. We must. And demand for information and human intervention daily. With the air conditioning off, the radio off, it's 83 dB in those cars. Every device that we've tested out there at high 70s or 80 dB die in those environments. They don't work. So the real world environment is that you need something that's going to work regardless of this noisy environment, short of damage. In terms of the solution, everything we do is around multiple microphones. We found that performance outperforms any single microphone solutions out there. We focus on these arrays. We have proprietary patented sound wave technology that works in the shape of sound waves and the time of arrival between the two microphones. The logic is the shape of a sound wave from my mouth to my ear and the time of arrival between these two microphones, for example, in a mono headset, is going to be different than it would be 3 feet from here. So it attenuates, and I don't hear that noise, or I don't hear that person talking next to me, so we eliminate that. We have a speaker side technology. I'll give you a brief demonstration of that in a moment, where we actually raise the sound of a calling party relative to the ambient noise. We also have some unique technology that enhances the intelligibility of the speech at the same time. Other devices may raise the volume, but it's still difficult to understand the speech of the person calling. The other thing that we've done to differentiate ourselves is to have a value-added feature set. So there are those who eliminate noise. We separate the voice. We do a better job of it. We do a better job on the speaker side, but we also enhance the value of our proposition by putting more and more features in this. And I'll describe some of those a little bit later on, as well as a platform to manage all of these different capabilities. We also believe that there's no need for a user to have to push a button. The users will screw it up if they have to touch something or to turn something on and off. So again, there are some products out there where you have to turn a certain capability on or turn it off. We don't expect the consumers that should have to change their behavior because of the environment you're in. That includes turning off the car stereo or telling the kids to be quiet or rolling up the windows. The device ought to work. If you elect to make those changes, that's up to you, but it shouldn't be necessary in order to communicate. We're focused on the Bluetooth marketplace right now. Integrated feature sets are things like voice prompts, multiple languages, the speaker side technology, text-to-speech, streaming audio. We're also reaching out to third parties, which I'm interested in having the benefit of this in this conference, that we could enhance that value by working with third parties. We're also designing a platform to manage all of this called Merlin, where we not only manage it from our feature set, but also these third parties, so that manufacturers, OEMs would have one set of platform to manage these things. In terms of our go-to-market strategy, as we talked about, as a general purpose signal processing, we're focused on the voice separation. We're integrating feature set. We're driving to the third-party partnerships I just mentioned. We're putting a platform together to manage all this. This will be out in the next 90 days. And obviously, we're surrounding this all with services in terms of professional design and development. We're targeting OEM and ODMs, but an interesting fact here, if you look at carriers, which out of my 2-year experience, we've had a lot of work with them, is they're selling products that do not work in noisy environments that use their hands-free capabilities or their speech technologies. So what we believe we can find is a pull-through so that those on the far end of this, those companies who may be here today who are selling speech recognition technologies, voice recognition technologies, will want to have the software and the devices that are accessing their application. In terms of our roadmap, focus on headsets. We have it today. Car Kits is a very exciting product we'll be putting out. I'm done. In terms of eyewear, helmets, headsets, and then you'll see us in appliances as well. Revenue is on a hockey stick. Some of our customers we're dealing with, we get our first revenue this month. We're manufacturing as many as 14 million headsets alone a month. So we have the opportunity here for a large hockey stick. Okay, thank you, sir.